This is Shelley Craft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium 2017 here in Vancouver. I have with me Wodzicki of NGEx Resources. It's a publicly traded company and the symbol is NGQ on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Welcome to SNNLive.
Shelley, thank you very much for having me.
It's good to have you. Now, Wojtek, let's start out with an overview of the company, and then we'll come back and ask some more questions.
Sure. Well, we're a Lundin Group exploration company. Our focus is South America and copper gold in South America.
So, particularly where in South America?
We're in Chile and Argentina.
And let's talk about your resource, if you would.
Our flagship project is what we call Project Constellation, and it's got a huge resource, copper, gold, and silver. We've got about 25 billion pounds of copper, 17 million ounces of gold, and 127 million ounces of silver.
So is this a new discovery?
Yeah, we discovered this about 6 or 7 years ago, and it really is one of the largest discoveries in the last 15 years in this part of the world.
So let's talk about the land package.
We've got about 60,000 hectares, so in addition to these resources, there's still a lot of exploration potential on the land package that we've got.
So how much drilling are you doing?
We're pretty much done with the drill phase. We just completed the preliminary engineering studies last year, and right now what we're doing is de-risking the projects, we're acquiring the surface rights, we're doing the baseline environmental work, and we're starting to work on setting up for a transaction.
Are you in setting up for a transaction? What does that mean?
Well, it means talking to investment bankers. It means engaging with the large companies that have the financial and technical capability to build a project of this size.
So you're going to work on the development and going into production with partners?
We will definitely be looking for partners on a project like this. We currently have Japanese partners, a couple of the big Japanese companies who own an operating mine that's about 10 or 15 kilometers from us. Our existing partners, we're working with them, and we'll probably be working with third parties as well.
What's the grade on the gold particularly?
Well, these are very large resources, so the average gold grade is about 0.25 grams per ton, so you get those huge ounces just from the volume. These are primarily copper mines. The copper equivalent grade for the billions of tons that we're talking about is about 0.55.
What's the market these days for copper? And I ask that based on the fact that, the storage and battery market that's coming on is seemingly using literally more copper than lithium.
That is very true. I think the future for copper is bright. I think we bottomed out in the copper price in January of 2016. We've recovered somewhat over the last year, but I really think we're just in the very early days of the next bull cycle in copper, and that's going to be driven by green energy, green cars, people buying Teslas. I think the future is very bright for copper.
Is it too early to talk about offtake agreements?
Probably. Offtake agreements are something that you leave for the ultimate developer of the project, so we've retained all of those offtake rights, but this is the kind of concentrate, the kind of product that a lot of big companies and smelters are going to be interested in.
Now, what's your background?
I'm a geologist by training, so I have a PhD in geology, which is exactly the background you need for this kind of company. And then really I've spent the last 10 or 15 years kind of a little bit away from geology and getting more involved in the business side of things. But I've got that technical background, which is the basis of everything that we do.
What kind of management team do you have on site in country?
We're a small company. Our total team is 35 people. About 5 of those are in head office, and the rest are based down in South America, and that's our technical team, which is actually typical of the way the Lundin Group likes to run its companies. Light on overhead, or as light as you can go, and then pushing as much of the decision-making as we can out to the sites.
Let's get your website out there for our audience to get more information.
Sure, NGEx
Ladies and gentlemen, Wodzicki, NGEx Resources. It's a publicly traded company. Symbol is NGQ on the Toronto Stock Exchange. I'm Shelley Craft. This is SNNLive, and we're coming to you from the Sprott Natural Resource Symposium 2017 here in Vancouver. Wojtek, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You got it.